All right. This up this week. First, we saw After Earth. Wasn't that good? Go to the credits.
So is this another Shamalama Ding Dong? Just Shamalama right on by?
Here's the thing that gets me about this one. I don't know. It wasn't good, but I don't know who to blame. Okay, right. Now the story essentially, and you find out a lot more, is from the trailers. Jayden Smith and his dad Will Smith playing themselves. I forget what their names are, but they crash land on Earth, and it's up to Jayden to survive. You find out a ton of stuff at the beginning of the first 5 minutes, so I can talk about it without feeling like it's spoilerish. That's complaint number one. They introduce a lot of stuff, but they never really explain.
So it's kind of like back in the day, this happened. Moving on.
Yeah, kind of. They first they talk about a war with aliens that took place on Earth. We never see the aliens. That the aliens, and this sounds like a terrible RP.
No, it's called After Earth. Now, when you say the aliens attack Earth, is this like Earth, or is this like the planet they live on now?
This is Earth, and I guess they move. They never go into specific. Yeah, they do actually. They go to a different planet entirely to live, and Earth is now a huge forbidden zone. So essentially, the aliens, in an attempt to wipe us all out, create this life form called an Ursa, who detects people based on fear. Like, we release this pheromone when we become scared, and they use this to hunt us. Now,
and they gather a team of stuntmen who have no fear because they overcome it, and these stuntmen of the world unite.
Yes, Ben Affleck as Daredevil comes in. And says,
No, see, because then they just instill more fear in people. Oh my god, he's in another movie? No, sorry.
But, no, it's a... Now, here's the funny part about this creature, which senses you through the pheromone you give off when you're afraid. If you can overcome the fear, then they can't see you at all because they are naturally blind.
Okay, so you take this creature versus the Tremors. They can sense your heat.
It's a giant handicap movie, I know. But, yeah, and that's the thing. This thing, which is kind of an oversight, because if you're aliens and you want humans to die, you'd think you'd not want the creature to be blind. Like, that's the story behind Will Smith's character.
Yes, but you see, here's a creature, right? You're probably meant to eat humans, right?
Okay.
If you give this thing eyes, you probably walk by a McDonald's and be like, hey, why do I eat these people when I can just go right through the arches? Then you have like 700-pound like creatures waddling over the earth instead of killing humans.
You're empathizing way too much with this movie. So Will Smith is this ungodly warrior who becomes famous just because he can control his fear, so the things can't see him. So that's the story going into it, and Jayden Smith looks up to him, and he's trying to reach out to his dad, and it's this whole thing from there.
So it's a bonding experience.
You would think. Here's the thing about Will Smith's character. Will Smith's character is essentially Spock.
No. I enjoyed the new Spock.
Oh, no, it's because of this. I guess since he can control his fear. He doesn't really do emotion that well. So if you were,
ooh, sweet, he could be the next Kristen Stewart.
Yes, though I don't want to imagine a love scene between him and Edward. But yeah, he can control his fear. So the entire movie, it looks like a giant audition tape for the new Star Trek from Will Smith to play Spock.
Oh, maybe it's an audition tape to play one of the robots, and then the iRobots too.
Yeah.
The journey to find Will Smith's acting career. No.
I thought he was good in iRobot.
I did too. After iRobot, I really can't pinpoint any, besides sequels, movies that I'm like, hey, that's a new Will Smith movie. That looks pretty interesting. I think I want to go see it. The sequels? Hey, I'm already sold on the other one, so I'm going to see it. Nothing really new has been pushed my way that makes me want to go, yeah, I want to go see that. Not saying that there has been, it's just nothing that's interested me.
Now that you mention it, I'm having trouble thinking of one too. Aside from maybe the Men in Black movies, which I
That's a sequel.
Out of.
Now, if any of you can come up with an idea of a movie of Will Smith that's since iRobot came out that's good, put it down the bottom. That way I can at least figure out something and maybe check it out. I could be wrong. I highly doubt it, but I could be. Anyways, back to the movie.
Back to the movie. Now, the entire thing, think of it as Homeward Bound except with aliens. Because they crash land on Earth, and now everything is trying to kill them. Now, here's where it starts to lose me. It started to lose me, because they say one thing about Earth, and they go back on it. Or they explain something about Earth that makes no sense, and they never explain it. Like, for instance, one of the hurdles they have to overcome is, at night, the entire planet, except for specific spots, that's completely freeze. They like drop below zero, and if Jayden doesn't reach it to these hot spots in time, then he's gonna die in the night of hyper or hypothermia. I can never tell which one's which. They never explain why that's the case. It's just simply the case.
Because the parts that are not frozen is holy ground.
That would have made somewhat sense, but no, they do a lot of this throughout the movie, which I wish I could go into without doing spoilers. But essentially, they'll say one thing to us and then either not explain it, or they go back on their words. Like, if first they say all the animals on Earth now are bred specifically to kill humans, but Jayden comes across one that doesn't, so it doesn't make any sense.
It will be explained in the 12-hour director's cut, where we explain everything in its entirety.
They'll probably explain it on this sequel and the prequel before Earth, but and
that was before the Big Bang Theory.
And that was my big issue. Nothing in it. There was no rhyme and reason. Will Smith and Jayden, who are, as we all know, honestly father and son, but due to the roles that each one has to play, like Jayden is this really whiny character that I didn't really like, and Will can't display emotion, so you don't get a good sense of that father-son relationship really that well. So I was like, to the whole thing. And Jayden's character arc, for essentially he's trying to prove himself to his dad. And he just, all of a sudden, he's proven. There's like, he does nothing in really to get to that level where he's all right, where he's there, where you feel like some sense of accomplishment. It's not like Rocky, where you see him train, and you see him slowly but surely become something that can handle the challenge. You don't get that from Jayden. It's just, he's just like dragged kicking and screaming, and all of a sudden he becomes the one. He is like in Highlander 2, where he sums up his existence into one glorious moment, and then he saves the day. And it's like, and I saw this with my wife, and it was like, okay, did it explain this? Did they explain this? Did they explain this? Nope. Okay. And now here's where I'm trying to figure out who to blame for this, because it's directed by M. Night Shyamalan. That's who you go to immediately, where you can say, okay, it's his fault.
Yes, but see, here's the thing. You, as a director, if you have people that can't show an emotion, you can use the environment to do that. Like the Gatsby movie we saw. Mm-hmm. A boring movie, but some characters displayed emotion, but the environment, the director used the environment to explain the emotion in depth. They could have used the environment to do that. Did they use that at all?
No. And I'm happy you said something about the environment. This is a post-apocalyptic movie. Like, we saw Oblivion a while ago, which, say what we will about it, and we did. Go back and watch that review. But they gave really fantastic scenes of post-apocalyptic Earth. You saw post-apocalyptic Yankee Stadium, you saw the Empire State Building, and they took like really good shots with that.
And in the trailer, I've noticed that they don't show any sign of human activity on this planet.
No, not really. In fact, there's really no humans whatsoever. In fact, you don't even see buildings. It's like
you don't even see like the Statue of Liberty like leaned up against the beach, like in the end of Spaceballs with the monkeys. I mean, that was ingenious. I don't know where they came up with that idea. But Spaceballs came up with that. They could have at least done that in this movie. I mean,
yeah, damn it all to hell. But yeah, they didn't really take advantage of the story at all. Now, like I said, Shyamalan is definitely responsible. However, Will Smith actually wrote the story, which I did not know. In fact, reading the credits, not only did he write the story, but pretty much the entire Smith family produced this film. So all of this was essentially just so Jayden would have like a line on the resume. So yeah, so which great family. That that's freaking awesome. But at the end of it, there's really nothing. I mean, it drags out terribly. There are huge scenes where it's just him trying to talk to his dad and create some sort of moment, which doesn't happen just because Will Smith isn't allowed to emote. Which
Dad, I'm so afraid. I don't know what to do. Boy, if I was there right now, I'd slap you upside the head and tell you to keep moving. We are not like that in this family. You keep moving. Don't cry to me.
No. Will Smith, not Sam Jackson.
Sorry. I just think it'd be more funny. I don't know.
I'm sick of this motherfucking Jayden. All right. So yeah, it was kind of a disappointing because I was looking forward to this one. But yeah, it drags on. I wouldn't say it's the worst film. I would say at best, if you're that curious, rent it. But I wouldn't drop the $10 to see it. Do you have any further questions, man?
Just one. One question left.
What's up?
When is it we're going to see the whole Will Smith family in a Tyler Perry movie? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, it's fine. I thought we would see the whole Will Smith family in this one because the mother, there is a wife, and I was like, oh, you just throw Jada Pinkett in there, fine. But no, they got some random actress.
Keyword actress.
I don't know if Tyler Perry can afford Will Smith. What do you think?
Have you seen his career lately? Joe Pesci's been in better stuff. I haven't seen Joe Pesci in anything in a long time. I'm just still going with it, though.
So, After Earth, wait till after it comes out on DVD. Folks, this was a review from Malc and the Fat Kid. Like us in the link below. Subscribe to us. We'll see you next time with another movie review.